The best business to start for students while you're in school, and for anyone who's not in school, you could still only do it 4 hours per day, where you can earn $1,120 per day in profit, not revenue, and by the end of this video, we'll discuss its upgraded version that can earn you millions of dollars a year. Now, this business is test prep or tutoring. Now, most people go about test prep tutoring the wrong way. You don't want to sell tutoring. You want to sell the outcome of tutoring, which is to get either a job that's going to pay more or be able to pass a test of some sort, or ideally, the standardized test, which are the most valuable tests that you can help someone prepare for. Because when you get into a better school, either college or business school, that has a material difference on the network that those people hang out with, the companies that recruit from these schools, and the average salary and earning capacity of those people. Now here's the same simplest model that works, that anyone can do. Number one is that you don't do one-on-one. You do one-to-many, but you don't do unlimited because you're probably not good enough to do that yet. But you can do semi-private. The reason semi-private's one of the most profitable service models, and that's because you can charge 2/3 of what you can do one-on-one, but you can do it with 8 times as many people. If you have a group of 8 students, it's still a small group setting. They can still get the personalized attention, but when they're solving problems, you can have them take turns doing the problem versus teaching someone on the property. If you charge $60 an hour and you're doing one-on-one, which is the typical model that most people follow, you work 4 hours, you make a total of $240 versus doing 1-on-8 and charging $35 with 8 people. That's how you make $1,100 for the same 4 hours. This is when we talk about opportunity vehicles. 4.5 times more money per unit of time. From a money math perspective, you charge $35. It's cheaper than the $60 that someone would charge one-on-one. You might be better, but you have 8 people. You're making $280 an hour. You do 4 of those hours a day, you're making $1,120 a day for 4 hours of work. You're one of those people who was a really good student, didn't know what to do. You could make more doing this than you being a doctor. Not have to go to school, not have to take loans, and still have your entire day and just work from 6 to 10. Not bad. What's cool about this is you can do it at free libraries. All you have to do would be to get students that would pay you 3 times a week, and you'd need 50 students to do that. In terms of packaging this, get people to prepay because it's always better in terms of spending habits too. In order for us to increase your trial for student or your own score, you'd have to sell the goal, which is how much do you want to increase your test score? From a curriculum perspective, you have a 3-day curriculum that you teach the Class A and Class B separately. And then the last day you do is the makeup for those people, but they would still have to pay the same rate. But that way, they don't fall behind. So you literally don't have to do anything during the day. You could work a full-time job, you could play video games all day, and then just do tutoring. 4 hours test prep is extremely repeatable. Now, a research study shows that the test scores that people have on SATs and GMAT is directly proportional to the number of problems they solved before. Taking the test, it's a very clear input-output equation. The more problems someone does, the better their scores are. For that, you can personally work 4 hours a day doing problems and then test your score. Once you become a pro, you can teach and help others. So if you're somebody who was pretty good at school, was pretty good at standardized tests, this is a really great opportunity that you can make top 1% earnings with no capital out of pocket, no rental space, no build out. First thing to do is hit up your network. All the people that you know, touch them up in any way, text, WhatsApp, status update, anything, and say, hey, do you know anybody who needs test prep services? I got this score and I moved my score from X to Y just doing this. I'm walking people through it so that they can get the same test scores because I was able to get into a better college as a result of this course. Here's where I was, here's what happened, here's the method I used, here's the outcome of the improvement. You can also touch parents for that purpose. It's more like you're marketing yourself out there. Now, most importantly, if you want to start a business, you should probably get rid of your shame because you're going to get embarrassed. So you just ask lots and lots of people. And if you ask enough people and say, hey, I'm giving a free session to show how my whole method works, and I'll do it for free, and if it makes sense for them, awesome, it's your sales pitch. You do a little bit of it at the beginning, show them one easy win they can have, they see an improvement, and then you transition like, this is how I teach. Do you like it? You give the first 5 to 10 for free, and then you do that. You say you have to do your homework, and every day that you don't do your homework, I'll bill you. You have some skin in the game, and then they might even like that, where they're going to be way more motivated to actually do the work. And then in doing so, they'll get even better test scores. There's the big 3 that you're going to ask for in exchange for doing the work for free: feedback on things that could be better, your testimonial, and you're going to ask them for a referral. If you get more than 10 people who really want your services, you can just start charging once you have the referrals and the testimonials. Next is reaching out to people who you don't know, and then running ads. Also, go to games and market yourself among the teams. Hey, I know some of these guys are worried about getting into school. I know they're not trying to go Ivy, but they need to get above an X to get in with their sports scholarship, or whatever you need to say to get the teams on board. It spreads really quickly, and then all the lacrosse dudes or all the hockey dudes could come at the same time. After practice, you do a good job, the word of mouth will spread. Now maybe it takes you 6 months to build up your student base to be at $1,000 or $1,100 a day. Would you rather do that than spend 4 years in college, go into debt, and not make money the entire time, and have to work full-time to do that? Now you could do all that stuff on your own with basically no help and get yourself a top 1% earning income, which is better than anything you're going to get after college. After that, when you want to upgrade this tutoring version, you can have other people do those things for you. Because then you just get really good at getting the students to sign up, and then you templatize your process for how you get them to do more problems, because that's the most predictable way of increasing their score. And so then you have a teacher who you can pay like $50 an hour. You make the spread between the 280 and the 50, and many teachers will happily work for $50 an hour. And if you really wanted to run really crazy margins to 80 or higher, which means that my cost per unit below 56, so 50 works there, that means you can pay good people that could make more money than they're making with their real job. They're happy to do it. The students are happy to pay it because it's less than 101, and you can utilize your time to promote more, market more, and sell more. You get more people in, and you find other teachers. So then what happens is, you start getting a development pipeline for getting students in and a pipeline for getting teachers in. You can do 4 teachers rather than 1, and they're now getting paid $50 an hour. You're still making your same $280, but you're making $1,100-ish per hour because you got 4 guys working. So at the end of the day, just that half day of 4 hours with 4 people working, you're making $4,400, and you're paying each of them $200. $800 off $4,400, you're looking at $3,600 a day. Does anybody know what it takes to make $1 million a year? An income survey says $3,300 a day. You're at 36. And guess what? You're now making $1 million a year, you're more than above the top 1%, and you do it with 4 employees that are part-time. So that's how it's done. Hope you guys will benefit from the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys soon.